Chapter 5, Sputnik's Guide to Life on Earth by Frank Cottrell-Boyce. Sputnik and Prez are sat in a floating shed looking at the starry sky. And Chapter 5 is called Laika.
A long time ago, said Sputnik, we came across a very primitive spacecraft, Sputnik 2, the very one that was flown by Laika. Who? Laika! You must have heard of her. I thought everyone on your planet would have heard of her. Laika the dog, the first creature in space. No. Well, the R7 sustainer on her craft was packing in. She was just drifting around space, running out of oxygen, so we rescued her and took her in.
Wait a minute. Why did you call it my planet? Where are you from? Space?
Everyone is from space. There's nowhere else to be from. What do you think this planet is floating around in? Soup? Listen. So we rescued Laika, and she told us all about this planet. But the things she said about it sounded too good to be true. She made it sound like a magical, mythical place, so no one believed her. And she looked so sad that I decided to defend her. I said, just because a place is magical and mythical, does that mean it's not real? And everyone said, well, yes, it does, to be honest. And then I said, no, I am Sputnik. And Sputnik says, nothing in the universe is too good to be true. And then I took an oath. I said, I will voyage to the ends of the universe in search of the magical, mythical Earth. And if I find it, I'll tell you. I'll let you know. Goodbye.
And now you found it. Oh, no, sorry, this is Sputnik's voice. Got modelled up there.
And now I found it. I went off and discovered your planet. Thanks to me, your planet is now a real planet, not a fairy tale. What do you think? How does it feel? More solid? More wet? More gritty?
No, it always felt pretty solid and wet.
Before I left, Laika gave me a copy of the guidebook to Earth she'd written.
He pulled a little red school notebook out of his bag. On the title page, someone had written, Laika's Companion to Life on Earth. I flicked through it.
It was written with this special pen, said Sputnik. It can write in weightless conditions and never runs out of ink.
Yeah, we have those. We call them pencils. Again, another interruption. Fun fact. Apparently, so when the Americans went into space, they spent lots of money trying to invent a pen that would work in space, because the ink, because gravity, you need gravity for the ink to go down, and then so a normal pen wouldn't work in space, and they had to invent a new pen. And the Soviets, the Russians, they just took a pencil, because a pencil doesn't have any ink, it's just the lead, and it works anywhere.
Yeah, amazing piece of technology. What do you think of the book? Is it accurate?
The book was a list of all the good things about Earth. It said, on Earth, everything is edible. Well, that's not true for a start. It said that on Earth, there is a race called humans. Yeah, that's true. That's me. I'm a human. And another race called dogs.
Laika was a dog.
If you're visiting Earth, you should definitely go... I'm not sure who's saying this. If you're visiting Earth, you should definitely go as a dog. Dogs are the dominant species. Oh, that must have been Laika who wrote that in her book. Not sure about that. Humans will bring you... I'm getting all my voices muddling up now, isn't it? So this is in Laika's guidebook again. Humans will bring you food, throw balls for you to fetch. When you do a poo, they pick it up and put it in a bin for you. They welcome you into their home. Those things are mostly true.
So this book, it's not accurate?
Well, maybe that's how Earth looks if you're a dog, but it's not the whole story,
Okay.
said Sputnik. He flipped his pencil over and started to rub everything out in the book.
More amazing technology, he said. It allows you to move on from your mistakes.
So what's that? That's a rubber, isn't it? So it's got a pencil with a rubber on the end that to him is an incredible thing. And it is an incredible thing, but to us it's very normal. In the end, there was just a few sentences left on one page.
Oh, I nearly forgot about this, he said. It says, please say hello to Mellows of Traquair Gardens, Dumfries. That's you, isn't it?
Yes, but how would she know about me?
And please take care of him, signed Leica. Now I've passed on the message, I can rub that out too.
I don't understand how she could possibly know about me.
You're both from the same planet, aren't you?
But it's a big planet.
It might look big to you in terms of the universe. If you're from the same planet, that's local. That's more or less next door. In terms of the universe, she might as well have been sitting on your knee. Oh, and she sent you a present. She said it would make you smile.
He fished out of his backpack something that looked like an old red rubber ball. It had a rash of tooth marks and it was coming undone across the seam. I didn't really want to touch it in case of germs. Why would an old rubber ball make me smile?
I don't know. To be honest, I was expecting you to be a dog. She said you were her friend, and I thought any friend of Leica's is probably a dog. That's why I morphed into dog form.
Oh, so you don't normally look like a dog. What do you normally look like?
I normally look like me. Anyway, I promised to look after you.
Look after me? Why would I need anyone to look after me? I've been looking after myself for years. I've been looking after Grandad too.
You need me to look after you because you're in incredible danger. I'm here to save you.
What kind of danger?
Oh, didn't I mention? Earth is about to be destroyed.
Wow, did you hear that coming? Planet Earth is about to be destroyed. Now, actually, I'm going to read chapter 6 in the same video because that last chapter 5 was short, the one about Leica the dog. And Leica the dog is a real dog that was sent into space by the Soviets. You can look it up on the computer. So we're now on to chapter 6, The Companion.
Now that I have proved that Earth does exist, said Sputnik, I have to prove that it should exist. Every planet has to have a reason.
Isn't a planet just a planet?
Look up at the stars.
I looked again at the cast of sugar stars. If anything, there seemed to be more of them. The whole sky shimmered with them.
Space is crowded. Nebulae are pumping out new stars by the dozen, day in, day out. Someone has to make room for them. That someone is planetary clearance. They get rid of all the useless old stars and planets to make room for the new celestial bodies. It's called pan-galactic decluttering. So, and as soon as I told them I'd found the magical, mythical planet Earth, they said, okay, we'll be right over to shrink it.
What? You can't shrink a planet? My only experience of things shrinking was once when I put Grandad's jumper in the washing machine on the wrong setting and it came out looking like a jumper for a toy.
Unless planets are being shrunk all over the sky. Useless planets are being shrunk all over the sky. Their sun shrinks to the size of a planet. It's called a white dwarf. Look it up. And its planets shrink to the size of golf balls.
But this planet isn't useless. It's really useful.
Ah, that's what I said. And they said, Planet Earth has been mythical for years. How can a place be any use if it's mythical?
But it's not mythical. You proved it.
Exactly. If a planet is worth keeping, it's worth seeing. That's why Leica wrote her guidebook. But now we've rubbed out everything that was in it. It's empty. That means Earth isn't worth seeing.
But we must be able to do something.
We could write a new companion to Earth. It's just a list. You just have to find 10 things worth seeing or doing. I'll write them in my notebook, and then Earth can carry on waltzing around like it's around its little sun. I'm sure you could write a great guidebook.
To here? I don't know anything about here. I've only been here a few days.
Not Stramodi, you fool, to Earth. How much do you know about Earth?
Well, I've lived on it all my life. Plus, when Grandad first started taking care of me, I was still a ween, and he had to take me with him on his voyages across the 7 seas. Remember the map? In with my stuff? That's all the places I've been. And then we got a picture of the map. Can you see that map there? It's a map of the world. And there's dots in all the places that Prez has visited. And that's like, he's been to every continent. Shall I tell you a list of them? There's the Great Pyramid, the Amazon, Shangri-La, Murmansk, I think that's how you say it, the Taj Mahal, and the Great Pyramids in Egypt. So you've got 2 Great Pyramids. That's interesting. One in Mexico and one in Egypt. Okay, sorry, just working this out. Sputnik whistled.
That's a lot of places. The Amazon, Shangri-La. You've been everywhere. What was Shangri-La like?
Well, I was pretty young. I can't remember the details. I don't think it can be very nice, though, because Grandad used to say, I hope I don't end up in Shangri-La.
You see? We've already got something not to put on the list and nothing to put on it.
Oh, no. Maybe that's... Whose voice is that? No, it is Sputnik's voice. So, see, this is me reading this for the first time out loud to you guys. So sometimes I get muddled up about whose voice it is. Yes, it is Sputnik's voice.
You see? You've already got something not to put on the list and nothing to put on the list. We're -1 before we've even started. This is a very disappointing planet. Nearly everything that Leica said was wrong.
I can make a list. I'm sure I can. I'm good at making lists.
You're sure? You've got all the time in the world, but there isn't much time in the world as you think.
How long have we got?
See that bunch of stars there, like a kite? When they reach the top of the sky, planetary clearance move in and Earth becomes a pocket planet.
This is the first time I've really seen stars. How fast do they move? I mean, are they going to get here in 10 minutes or 10 years?
You've got the rest of the summer. If we haven't finished Sputnik's Guide to Life on Earth by then, that's it. What's the first thing?
How about this? What we're looking at now, the stars and the moon and...
No. For one thing, stars are not on Earth.
No, but you can steer a ship around the world with them. Grandad taught me. See that V-shaped constellation there?
They're not amazing.
What?
Stars are the most unamazing thing in existence. The entire universe is crawling with stars and planets and comets and nebulae. Wherever you go, there's no getting away from them. They're everywhere. They're usual. I'm looking for something unusual.
So, I have to find 10 things that are more amazing than stars.
Yes. Think you can do it?
Not really.
Go on, you are ideally qualified for the job. Plus, you're the only person I've met who I can communicate with.
I don't talk.
Exactly. You listen, which is much better. I talk all the time, but no one listens. You never say a word, so everyone listens.
It was true. Sometimes if I just coughed or sneezed, everyone turned to look at me.
So?
I have to try. I mean, I don't want anyone shrinking my planet.
So I'll take care of you and you take care of the planet.
I don't need taking care of. You just concentrate on you. Just one thing.
What?
I don't want to have to leave the planet. Actually, I don't want to have to leave Stramodi. Not yet. I'm just the kid from the temporary. If there's trouble, they'll send me back there and you are trouble.
Okay, I'll try to be good.
They think you're a dog, remember?
So I'll be a good dog. How hard can that be? If a dog can be good, I can too. What makes a good dog?
I don't know. I've never had a dog. I guess a dog that doesn't bark. Maybe it helps around the farm, a working dog.
So I should milk the cows and drive the quad bike and I'll make some phone calls.
No, dogs don't do any of those things. Just be friendly and cute. And sometimes if you see a dog go, sometimes you see a dog go and fetch the paper from the shop. That's good.
Huh. So we're back to fetching now,
said Sputnik.
I told you I don't do fetching.
You did ask. That's when it struck me. He was asking me to save the Earth. I can't save the Earth. I couldn't even save my own granddad. I'm just a kid from the temporary. Wait. Earth is going to be destroyed and you didn't even mention it. How am I going to sleep if my planet might be destroyed? Shouldn't we be out there right now for looking for things worth saving?
You need to pace yourself. You've got weeks to save the Earth. Get some sleep.
How can I sleep if I'm facing doom for all mankind?
Turn around 3 times before you lie down. Works every time. If you turn around fast enough, your worries can't keep up. And then your head hits the pillow. When your head hits the pillow, it's empty.
That's what dogs do.
Yes, we can learn a lot from observing other species.
So I tried it. I turned around 3 times and snuggled down. Turning around 3 times might have worked for Sputnik, but it didn't work for me. I spent the whole night thinking about how I was going to save the world. How was I going to save the world? How was I going to impress someone who could levitate a tree? Someone who's seen a star die, travelled across space. The more I thought about it, the more everything on Earth seemed little and ordinary. I tried Googling the wonders of the world, but all the best ones were ruined or lost. And when the sun came up, I got to thinking, maybe he was just winding me up. No one can really shrink a planet, can they? So I Googled white dwarfs, and it turns out that yes, suns and planets are shrinking all the time. And that's true, you can Google it too. Google white dwarfs and you can find out about that. This book has got lots of real information in it. It's quite cool, you can learn stuff too. Sorry, that was me, not the book. I'll get back to the book. I really wished Grandad was here to help. Grandad had been everywhere, seen everything, knew everything. Every night after tea, we used to sit on the couch in front of the telly and shout at the news and the One Show and Match of the Day and the adverts. He knew more about politics than the politicians did, more about football than the footballers. He even shouted at some of the fridge magnets, especially the one of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. "I could put that tower straight easy," he used to say. "It's all about the underpinning." He also knew everything about cooking. It was Grandad who showed me how to chop vegetables really fast. Maybe that would impress Sputnik. Maybe I should make him a big paella, the way Grandad showed me. I bet they didn't have paella where Sputnik came from. Or fish stew. Grandad made amazing fish stew. Or he did before he started forgetting things. Such as when he forgot to turn the cooker on and tried to make us eat the fish stew raw. Or when he forgot people's names and tried to hide it by calling everyone Bud, including my form teacher. Or when he forgot that it's he forgot that it's okay to shout at your own telly, but not to shout at other people's. He shouted at one in the post office queue, which was showing a film about how to claim your pension. He shouted at the ones in the window of Wilson's Electrical on George Street. It was just after that they took him away. The man from the children's temporary accommodation said, "I'm afraid your granddad can no longer look after you at the present time." And I was going to say, well, he doesn't look after me, we look after each other, but I didn't. I asked if he was going to get better soon, and he said, "We can but hope." I thought I spent all night worrying about these things. I couldn't imagine having a nap when we're supposed to be trying to save the earth. But I must have fallen asleep in the end, because I remember being woken up by the wind blowing in through the broken window. I looked round the shed. Sputnik had vanished. And that's the end of chapter 6. Next video will be chapter 7. Wow, so we're learning a little bit more about Prez's childhood with his granddad, who sounds like an incredible man who sailed all over the world and is an amazing cook. And it sounds like they really cared for each other. And now he's with his temporary family, foster care. And got to save the world. Actually, there's lots of books about children saving the world. Do you know any? Can you think about like Harry Potter or The Last Wild, or oh gosh, there's so many. Lots of kids who the whole future of the planet Earth is in their hands, like it is with Prez. Okay, next video, chapter 7. Bye.